Hi, I'm Greg Scoresby, founder and CEO of CampusLogic. Just before I start here, how many of you have any experience with the student financial aid process in higher education? A few of you? What's one word you would use to describe? Complex? What did you say? Painful? The word sucks didn't come up? Okay, it usually comes up. Someone said not awesome. So our goal is to make financial aid awesome, and I'll tell you how we do that. But let me start by telling you why it's not awesome today. Some people may not know this, but up to 40% of low-income students who are admitted to school, who apply and are admitted, don't enroll because, in large part, the financial aid process is really complex. So we have an accessibility problem. So I talk a lot about what I call the ABCs of student finance. And we have an accessibility problem that's financial aid. The complexity of financial aid certainly contributes to that. 65% of high-debt borrowers were confused by some aspect of their student debt. A study also was done by NASFA, the National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators, that found that 60% of parents and students didn't understand the award that was being offered to them by their institution. So how can we have good borrowing outcomes if students don't even understand what they're borrowing? So we have a comprehension problem that leads to more borrowing. And the third problem is we have a cost and administrative cost problem. So everybody, I think, knows this, that higher education administrative spend is growing at 2x of inflation and has been for a long time. And financial aid process and manual processes don't scale, and they're expensive to administer. So that's when I talk about the ABCs of student finance. We have an accessibility problem, a borrowing problem, and a cost problem in terms of administration. So it's time for transformation. I want to talk about our products briefly. But I started the company in 2011. This is my third go in student finance. And so I guess I've got addiction issues. I can't get enough of it. But it's something I believe a lot and care a lot about. So I started the company in 2011, and we launched a prototype in 2012, a beta version in 2013. And literally 3 years ago, yesterday was our anniversary of our first customer going live. So we've had a lot of growth and progress since then. So we have a suite of products that covers from the time the student's shopping for school. Some of you have heard of the net price calculator. We've got a product we call Clear Cost on the front end. We've got a product that is we call TurboTax for financial aid. It's a forms product that's a wizard-driven, guided process that walks a student through the financial aid process. And we have a product called Award Letter that is total personalization around financial aid awards. Just as an example, you could give a first-year, low-income nursing student from a single-parent household whose parent never went to college a very different experience than a second-year engineering student. Both parents went to college, but mom wants award information in Spanish. So those families should be getting a totally unique and personalized experience, and that's what our Award Letter product does. And then we're just launching a product in partnership with the University of Arizona called Scholarship Universe that has an artificial intelligence aspect to it that triggers, it doesn't really require students to go seek out for private and institutional scholarship. We automatically match them and push them to the students in the system. So we're excited about the launch for that and signed up some great early customers on that. And then have all this data visualized in our Campus Metrics product. So our business model is we sell directly to colleges, universities. Students don't know our brand, but we sell directly to colleges, universities. We sell an annual subscription to every one of those products that I mentioned. And the product of the subscription scales up by size. We talk about an unlimited everything pricing model. It's unlimited students, unlimited schools, unlimited school users, unlimited storage, unlimited everything for that model. And that's been a good pricing model for us. And then there's usually a one-time setup fee of 10% on the annual contract value for each one of those products. And really our sales model is centered around proving 10x ROI, and I think our great growth to date has been driven by our ability to prove to schools that you're going to get substantial ROI from these products. So what that ROI looks like usually has two components to it. 100% of our schools would say they're seeing substantial cost reductions, and also substantial increases in financial aid completion rates. So people don't disengage. When you give students a good process, they don't disengage from the process. So all of our schools are seeing increases in financial aid completion rates, which translates into higher enrollment rates. And I don't want to make anyone, if anyone's from the financial aid office, I don't want to make them feel bad, but nobody wants to go to the financial aid office, right? Nobody wants to go there. So if you give someone a great experience that they can access remotely, you'll have higher completion rates, and we've seen that certainly across the board. So we're across 49 states of 423 schools, and we've had really great growth in the last 3 years. It's been a lot of fun, most fun I've ever had in my career. But come on, South Dakota, what is going on in South Dakota? Great brands across. I think our customer base looks actually quite a bit like higher education, schools like Arizona State University, University of Arizona, UC Davis, Temple. We're in UMass and SUNY system. But we've got a lot of great community college systems too. Northern Orange County Community College, for example, is a large community college in Southern California. So I think our market looks a whole lot like the entire higher education market. Really great growth to date, and excited about where we've been and where we're going. Thank you so much.